wars with no resolution. These are problems caused by men. Hurricane Sandy, tsunami in Japan, earthquake in Haiti. These are problems perceived to be out of our hands. So who do we choose to blame? Well, we blame God. People do the evilest deeds for power and wealth that they don't even need. And then when disaster strikes and we lack the necessary resources for those in trouble to be freed, we have the nerve to scream, God, why? Then I look around and see how we choose to live our lives. And I can't help but think that God is screaming right back, people, why, in victims. He gave the entire world to us and look what we choose to do. Constantly undermines His intelligent design with this man-made foolishness. We build these factories that process food for us while simultaneously eradicating what God specifically grew to be good for us, and that builds more and destroys the land. Its inner movements create food, which in turn destroy man, and then we question why we get sick. More people have died from human hands than any disaster or plague in any time or land, but we still blame God. Meanwhile, we put prices and values on estates that He creates while trying to monopolize everything in our reach up to and including outer space, which to me is kind of funny because not only will a land outlive the man that bought it, but it'll also outlive his money because God reigns supreme. And ours is just a means of lowering His value while creating plastic dreams. Credit cards, buy cars and clothes trying to be fly. We are shining as we drive by, but our souls are dying inside. But instead of using our heads to try and create true unity, we're too busy getting so fresh to death that our haters need a eulogy. And now fresh to death is becoming fresh to death for our community with this materialistic mindset. That has no outcome other than to tear us apart because we'd rather show off our Nikes than to try and show our hearts. And the worst part is that not only is love free, it's the one thing we most need to stop the spread of poverty. Preservation of us all as a whole should be the main goal. It's the very reason I believe God gave us all matching souls, but we're too busy in the malls buying clothes to match our souls. And sleeping on the sidewalk in front of an empty house that's been foreclosed on the same street that has a Christian church right down the road with the reverend inside making dimes off selling hope like, welcome to the faith store. Miracle water is just $1, but it takes 2 to get prayed for. They take 80% of our tithes, put it towards their porch. The church is supposed to be Christ's wife, and we have turned her into a whore. We put green in between ourselves and our dreams, and then make it seem like even God has a price. We divide ourselves between ideals of liberal lefts and righteous rights, even though those same man-made ideas bring physical death from unrighteous fights, but we're still so sure that man-made is the only way to start, knowing good and well that anything man ever made always falls apart. Matter of fact, from what I can tell, the only thing man ever made that's still alive and living well is this cold, money-hungry man-made living in hell. Just getting worse and worse as it turns money into its master. How long until we wake up and realize that man